Hello, everyone, and welcome to Look Behind You, the podcast where we normally talk about the paranormal, the supernatural, and everything in between. But tonight, I have made the executive decision that our podcast topic is going to be about, well, the letters B and S. So welcome to Sesame Street. I'm joined by my co-host, Jordan.
Hi.
And I'm joined by my other co-host, Terry.
Hello.
And yeah, we're just going to talk about some stuff that we've been wanting to talk about. Well, not wanting to talk about, but we like talking to each other. So
I was going to say, I never want to talk.
We're taking a... Oh my gosh. My voice just started to go out.
It was all the heavy metal stuff that we've been doing.
Yeah.
Good thing we're not singers by trade.
Yeah, we decided to take a break for today from monsters, ghosts, and UFOs and space.
Mm-hmm.
Space.
Can you do it in the
I can't do
Nigel
a Tim Curry.
Thornberry?
I can't do a Tim Curry voice. No.
He also does that with the you watch Wild Thornberries, right?
Yeah, I just love that
He
show.
used to do that the adventure thing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going on an adventure.
On an adventure. Just he's a good actor.
He is. Have you ever seen the movie? I think it's called Legend.
No.
So he plays basically the devil in that, and
Really?
he's like the most epic villain ever.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
I've got it somewhere as well.
Yeah?
We should do a review on it.
Oh heck yeah!
Now we're getting a bunch of movies.
We
that
are getting a
wanna
bunch of movie
review.
reviews. That's like I think that's like Tom Cruise's first movie.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's just a kid.
I'll add it to the Discord.
Nice.
And there goes the Ferrari race cars by Jake's home.
I have a neighbor. He, of course, people listening to the podcast won't know where I'm pointing, but back there,
That way.
behind my apartment.
Behind your house.
It's the classic hillbilly. If you look at his
Oh,
yard,
no.
there's a bunch of half torn apart cars.
Mhm.
He has that one hot rod that during the weekend, starting on Thursday, going until Sunday, he just drives up and down, just revving it and crap.
What kind of car is it? Do you know?
I've never seen it.
You know what?
Every single time I try to find it, he's gone.
It just reminds me of the song. He's probably just going up there on the road. They see me rolling.
Patrolling.
It bugs the crap out of me though, because like last week, I actually had to be up somewhat early on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, it's because we watched Doctor Strange.
Into the multiverse of madness.
And was that last Sunday?
No,
Yeah,
that was the week before.
that was the week before. Anyways, it was back then, and all Saturday night he was just revving his car until 3 o'clock in the morning, up and down the road. And I live right next to a highway, and it's a pretty like straight stretch of highway. And he's up and down that all night long. I wanted to call the cops on him. I probably should.
I'm surprised no one has.
Yeah. I don't know.
They can't catch them. It's back to that song.
They see me rolling.
Oh, but yeah, it's
I remember that night though, very
Yeah,
clearly.
we've had nights where it's like we've tried to record and had to sit here till about 2 a.m. because it's just up and down the road.
yeah.
Probably just spiked the mic there. I'm sorry.
I don't know what you just did, but something did not.
I think maybe your phone moved and it made a sound.
Oh, I heard boop.
Yeah, so I heard. I'm like, oh, something died.
I remember that night for a different reason because it was the first night I ever unintentionally stayed up until 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. I took him home after recording, and he's just like, you know what? I'm too tired. We're just gonna watch the sunrise and talk about.
Like,
I don't know.
I did
what.
not kidnap him until 5 o'clock in the morning. I did go in about 3, but I had a Mountain Dew and I drank the last of it about 12.
I'm falling asleep as he's just like.
And I was just in my bed looking out my window and I saw it turn blue outside.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shoot, that's the sun, isn't it?
I had that one night one morning. I woke.
Yeah,
I
one morning.
I went to bed. I'm like, it's daytime in my room. I woke up at 9:30 in the morning.
Oh.
I've had it where it's like
You went to bed at 9:30?
I went to bed at like 6, and I woke up at 9:30, and I was just like, I'm awake, and also dead.
I've had it where it's like after like one of our D&D nights or something. Because once in a while I'll just go out for a drive afterwards or something for
Yeah.
a couple hours or something. And I got home about 4:30, and I remember is flopping into bed, and then it felt like I slept for an hour, and I woke up and it's daytime.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
The ones that suck the most is when you actually go to bed at a decent time, but then you're up every single hour
I
for
had
one reason or another.
I had that when we did a sleepover at the cabin once.
Yeah. And it's like you watch the whole night progress, but you're just asleep for like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, am I actually resting? I'm just like sleeping. Oh, there's the sun now. Oh, it's a little bit higher. It's a little bit higher.
He's just sitting there in a corner, like exhausted. Here comes the sun.
You know what's the funny part is we were talking to my neighbor today and we got him interested in the podcast.
Yeah.
This might be the first episode he listens to.
Hello.
I'm sorry, man. I promise we talk about.
Yeah.
We
monsters
were
and
going to
stuff.
talk about the skunk ape, but
I
no, we're
mean,
not.
for future with that one, that actually should be like a full episode. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think we talked about with Skunk Ape and tacking on another one with it.
Yeah, then we say rock ape
Yeah.
rock apes.
because I don't know, with especially the Bigfoot series.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that we're doing full episodes since it's a very popular topic.
Yeah.
Full in depth and stuff.
Yeah.
And that
I
way
don't-
too, it's like when people listen to it, maybe they can like, email us, talk to us online.
Respond to
respond to
I
us
think
because we're
he's getting
starved for
lonely.
attention.
He's been low.
But
since
anyways.
age of 12.
Yes, more like one.
Oh.
Wow.
Are you
And-
like Dr. Doofenshmirtz? Did your parents not show up for your own birth?
Oh jeez.
The snork, was it
The stork?
the stork?
The snork.
The
Yes, that was my problem. A stork didn't bring me a snork.
Snork did.
That explains so much.
It does.
A lot.
We always
feel-
thought you were a little special.
I feel like it's not a normal bird. It's just like this fluffy, scrangy thing that looks like a kiwi bird, but it's
Yeah,
like
it's uglier than a kiwi bird and shorter too.
and shorter, but
Oh,
bigger,
dang.
but like bigger around than a turkey.
Yes.
That's a snork.
It just pulled a wagon up and Terry was in it.
But,
It didn't even fly in.
It didn't even fly.
yeah, just with that too, it's like that way if we do a full length episode with those two topics, I think that's gonna pretty much round up everything.
Yeah.
Say for like one other topic, I think for Bigfoot.
We'll also be able to find a little bit more actually just stories we could read off.
Yeah,
Because that's one of the things I really like about the Bigfoot episodes is it's not so much speculation. It's more we're actually finding like the actual original
Articles.
story
Yeah.
and reading it off.
And I think once we do like a couple full and in-depth episodes about the Bigfoot, probably what will happen is we'll find very short encounters with Bigfoot. We'll be able to add it into other episodes.
Yeah.
Maybe like the beginning of
I
some,
will
just do
say
a short
this.
one.
In my research on the skunk ape stuff, I remember years ago there being a lot more information about it than there is now.
There's
A lot more videos and stuff too.
I've noticed this in the past 2 years or so. I'm not getting conspiratorial or anything like that.
Totally
but-
conspiratorious.
But put on your tinfoil hats. The internet seems to have had a culling of information and data. It almost feels like there's an old road of sites and videos and like articles, and then the new internet just kind of steamrolled over it and just covered
And it's
it.
like a sub layer.
Because you almost have to break through that layer now
To get to the
to
old stuff.
find videos from a couple years ago.
Yeah.
That's not even really conspiratorial. That's actually just a fact. The internet every couple years actually changes to a new internet, basically.
Yeah.
Where
Well,
the
and-
original just kind of gets paved over with new stuff. Algorithms change and all that.
It's kind of like how our skin cells regenerate every
Yeah.
7 years.
Also,
Yep.
too, what happened, I think, is, and not to get into that, like, dreaded thing, politics.
Political.
A lot of just stuff, because there is, you know, the algorithms and stuff, a lot of things just kind of innocently got pruned, basically.
Yeah, because
they fell into that.
moderation,
Monetization.
Yep, all that stuff. It just kind of got unintentionally tangled up into that stuff and got lumped into those categories for whatever reason.
That's like what I was saying. Same thing with like every couple of years, the internet kind of gets paved over with, and a new layer of stuff is like that.
Yeah.
Which makes it kind of sucks.
Or it could just be TikTok's eating all the internet space.
That's
All of it, all the way into the deep web.
all the kilobytes, all the megabytes, and all the gigabytes,
and all the terabytes,
Not even the
terabytes, and then petabytes.
petabytes,
not even the black marketeers can outlast
and then the Google bytes.
The Google
the
bytes.
TikTok.
Is that a byte? I know Googleplex is a number.
Googleplex is a number for numerical, but for data storage, I don't think anything goes above a
Petabyte?
petabyte.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm old enough to remember when a computer could run perfectly fine on 2 megabytes of RAM.
Technically, it can now. But you just have to use an operating system from the 90s.
Yeah.
I read a little like comic from the like late 90s, and they were talking about this thing's got 5 megabytes or something like that, and I'm like, I can't survive without a terabyte of hard drive space.
I told Jake about this, but a while back I got into a binge of watching a YouTuber that was just about like a lot of old gaming and like computer stuff.
Oh, who was that?
Ahoy.
Oh, yeah, you told me about him. I haven't watched any of his videos yet.
He does like the essay video kind of like.
Yeah.
And like just watching them is like they released the first 5 levels of Doom for free, and you're just in my mind.
Freeware. It used to be a big way to promote.
And just
video games.
hearing that, my head's like, if that happened now, I think people would legitimately die.
Here's the thing that I never really realized, because I know you've said before, like video game prices have never really changed. And then I have looked at old ads for games like that, and they're like, the freeware version, if you'd like the full version, that'd be $60. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, they'd have like the freeware version, but then like the full version, prices of video games, other than like the deluxe, super deluxe, ultra deluxe, collector's edition.
There's also items that come with those that are worth hundreds of dollars in a couple of years.
They've actually kind of stayed about the same price.
Roughly, with like
Like 10,
adjustments of inflation.
in between like
stuff.
10, 15 bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a point in time though, like, and I would say from early 2000s to about 2012, the most expensive a game would be like about 25, 30 at tops. That was super expensive AAA
I'm
game.
pretty sure around then, though, I still saw a couple games for the 60 price.
There were some, but
Like the
then
AAA games.
that became the normal afterwards. And
Like
I think it might have just been the cost of like making the stuff. You know, it was expensive. It was new tech in the 90s, and then it went to, all right, this is the industry standard.
Yep.
Oh, now we have all this really good quality
They're
stuff.
innovating again.
But to go back to the close one discussion thing we were talking about, finding information for Bigfoot.
Oh yeah, that was the original topic of that. Wasn't
We like
that?
to open doors and not close
I know.
them.
And
Let's go backwards.
I'm trying
and
to be the moderator here. So yeah. So the next episode that we're gonna do, we're gonna try our best to get as much information possible about skunk and rock apes, and hopefully that will be one of the last couple of videos, like full videos for Bigfoot.
I was looking on the wiki, and there was actually a couple more that I've never heard of that are
There's
still with it.
Yeah, I think we'll
Aswan.
probably have like 2 or 3 more.
I think actually
but-
closer to maybe like 3-5.
Oh, okay. Well, in
Depends on how-
2034, we will be done with Bigfoot.
Depends on how like in depth we want to get.
Yeah.
I would like to do one of them and just go through a collective of just encounters. Nothing particular, just supposed encounters.
I have an idea for a video where I want to go state by state, not do like in depth, but just be like
top
Washington,
10, top 10 list.
Washington, top 2 sightings of Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Like I was gonna say New Zealand. That's not America, but
Sure, let's go to New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention, Canada.
Okay.
Actually, that would probably be an honorable mention because
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of America, so
yeah.
North America.
Yes, America. Yes. Not the United States of my brain just kind of got messed up there for a second.
We annexed Canada.
We did?
All in the name of a podcast.
Did that happen like an hour ago? Because I missed it.
I mean, we're in our little bubble right now. We wouldn't know.
Let me check my phone. Nope, not yet.
Jordan has a Google alert set up for when we annex Canada.
I want
Apparently.
He's just gonna kick the bathroom door open like they forgot me.
No, I wanted to be there when it happened. I just want to see.
Shows up toilet paper on the floor. Hey guys, I made it.
Pants halfway up his legs.
I just want to see the moose fight.
The moose fight.
Yeah, like the Mounties on mooses.
They don't actually ride mooses.
That's a shame. They should.
Yeah,
ride.
kind of.
They should ride. Mooses are terrifying. Have you ever seen a moose run on water?
What?
No, I have not.
So
I've
there's
seen a
so
moose run through snow that's like chest deep.
there's this video of this flat bottom boat going down a river and then just next to them a moose just running passes them through this wide river and just crosses in front of them.
Probably because the river's only like a couple inches.
I know, but it legitimately looks like Jesus moose.
I was just gonna say, Jordan, you don't have to worry about Jesus moose happening. I don't think the second coming of Jesus is a moose. At least I hope not.
That'd be kind of terrifying.
You'd be trapped in a room with a moose. No, that
Moose
doesn't seem
legitimately
so bad.
Moose legitimately now terrifying.
They
Because
should.
at the sports shop down by us, they have a moose on the wall. And it was the first time I've ever seen somewhat of a moose in real life. And I'm just like, they are huge.
Yes, yes, they are.
Reality just hit Jordan
Like
a
a
brick
brick.
wall.
They have out west. They're not moose. They do have moose out west, but they have this.
That's
thing,
terrifying.
They have this thing called a mule deer.
Those
They
things are mean.
are probably about 3 times the size of a white-tailed deer, so about a little smaller than an elk, which is already giant.
Yep.
And I got to see what one of those do to one of those little Scion 2-seater coupe cars. That thing was flat.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not joking. It was flat,
Yeah.
compressed, just from colliding with a mule deer. The mule deer walked away, and fortunately, the 2 people were perfectly fine.
It's kind of like the same thing with the largest rodent.
Capybara?
Yeah.
Capybara are adorable.
Yeah, but they can also demolish cars if they get hit by them.
Well, yeah, they're the size of a large dog.
Yeah.
My experience,
And then walk away from them.
My experience of hitting things with my vehicle.
We know your experience.
He's just sitting in the parking lot, and a deer just ricochets off his car.
I did have one time, and I had a friend that had a similar experience. Right around where you live, there's that huge curve going up to the highway. Right? And I was going around that. I had another friend in the passenger seat. And I'm going around the curve, and I'm just about to exit the curve. And a deer pops out and is running alongside my truck, back when I had my truck. And it just hits my door, bounces off, and just keeps running and goes off into the woods. I'm just like, what the frick?
Because deer are stupid.
Yeah, I feel like we cover this topic a lot. I think we need to.
That's the only
No,
story I'm
no, no.
gonna
We
say.
need to just make a podcast called Roadkill.
I
I
think
feel like
that's
there is one, but that's a great name.
I think there's actually a podcast named
Don't use it. I'm
Roadkill.
going to copyright it.
No, someone's already copyrighted.
Nah.
I'm pretty sure I've heard of
Googling
it
this.
before.
I'm Googling this. You guys have to talk. I can't talk and type at the same time.
Oh no, we have to actually do something. Quick, Jordan, what do we do?
I'm trying to beat him to find it first.
Oh, jeez.
I got fast fingers.
I mean, to be fair, Jordan is
Roadkill of Geraldo. I know.
Geraldo or Harold?
Hey, the podcast name is Roadkill with Geraldo.
So we could just do like Roadkill, Michigan.
We could.
I don't think that'd be very successful.
He seems kind of
1,
popular.
2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 6.
What are you
7.
counting?
What are
The
you
podcast with Roadkill in their name.
Oh.
One of them is just named Road Space Kill.
We'll do road dash kill.
But they only have 2 episodes,
Ah.
and the last episode was from 2020.
Oh, we have to wait like
Another
50
year.
years.
be 1 more year.
One more year.
Then there's Road.
After 3 years is considered dead. I used air quotes, podcast people.
There's a couple.
Audible air quotes.
So I wanted to tell this story in Baka Talk, but since we're kind of like
You're not going to
friends
tell
with
it
them
here now.
on like the internet, I didn't want to make them mad.
We
Actually, but I can say it
are
on the podcast.
acquaintances.
Aren't we just mortal enemies with Pocket
No,
Talk?
no. Let me finish my story.
No.
I was googling. So on my editing computer, I use an alternative browser.
Yes.
Right, called Brave, because I want different search results and stuff. So I just Googled Baka Talk on it, and I freaked out because there's another podcast called Baka Baka Baka. It's about 3 guys that do anime talk. Yeah. They are technically older than us by I think like a half a year, but since we're named Baka Talk and they're named Baka Baka Baka, it's different enough. They're not infringing on each other. But Google doesn't see it that way, and apparently this alternative browser doesn't see it that way, because the top search result is our podcast. Everything else for the next 2 pages is their podcast. And I freaked out for a second. I'm like, what the heck's going on? Like, why is Google inserting their podcast? Because I looked up Baka Talk podcast, and it was just theirs. I was like, oh, that's not good.
Don't you guys have your own wiki?
No.
Oh.
We could create you one.
I think the rules is it can't be
Wiki fandom
It can't be
Baka Talk.
friends or family or yourself that creates the wiki. You have to actually have.
You also have to get a certain level on the wiki moderator list
Yeah.
to actually create full pages.
Anyways, so I freaked out, but then I went to the actual Google
Browser.
and it's normal. But it was like for a second I freaked out because I'm like, what the heck is Google doing?
Alternative browsers like to just throw the back end of the internet up
Yeah,
front
it was
just to be
weird.
different.
Like I think they're
cool.
probably a little bit more popular than us. But like we're around the same category for popularity for podcasts, but it's just like, why is Google doing this to us? Why? No, it wasn't.
Why can't
It was the Brave.
why can't
browser.
the internet just give me specifically what I asked for and then just dead end the page?
Yeah, I'm about to stop using that browser because I've looked up topics for like the podcast and stuff. I looked up animes for the other podcast, and it's giving me random stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Because
not what
the
I'm
fact
looking
that
for.
those
Question.
browsers won't associate with certain things.
yeah,
Does it also collect any data?
no.
That's why.
But here's the thing, like in a search engine, if I look up Skunk Ape stories, I would expect at least one Skunk Ape story instead of I don't know, like random TV shows.
It's the way
Skunk Ape stories. Kardashians got it.
Yeah.
it's
It's been weird stuff kind of like that before. It's just,
Yeah.
it's weird because the algorithms are different.
I know they're different, but it's the fact of Google does take a lot of your data, but it also, in return, gives you exactly what you're looking
Yeah.
for, even if you're not searching down to the molecule of what you're looking for.
So that's why I miss the old days of Bing where I could be like, all right, hyper specific request. Here we go.
Yeah. Google's very good at giving you what you're looking for most of the time. It's just what they also do with your information too
Yeah. Which
is
sucks.
the bad part.
Thought I was going to yawn.
I thought you did.
No, it's just like a deep inhale, and then my body's like, oh, I'm done now.
It's just awkward. You just
What's this awkward?
Jake just like looks away, stares off into
Well,
nothing.
if I'm gonna sneeze or yawn or something, I try looking away from the mic, so
Same.
they don't hear it, and just my body was just like, yeah, you're gonna yawn. Never mind.
I do that because for some reason I really have to burp constantly when I'm on the podcast. It might be all the tea I drink.
TMI.
And yeah, that's what I have to do.
I just have to just sit here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the normal.
You got the
one.
most comfortable spot, dude. I'm covered by all this equipment. Like, I can't get comfortable.
Would feel normal to me, though.
I mean, it does feel
I feel
normal, but it's still
naked.
hard to
See,
get.
the only thing I need to do is I need to get up and move my chair like this, and then move my mic over like this. Now I'm comfortable, and I talk throughout that. So, oh,
And we just lost 5 viewers.
my bad. I was doing good
People
until I
can't be
kicked the
that
table.
picky, can they?
Yes.
Jake is.
I'm that picky, yeah. But I'm also a producer, so.
But this also isn't a normal episode, so they shouldn't expect this.
Congratulations, we lost Joe Rogan.
Oh no!
Actually, it'd be more like his producer,
Jamie?
Jamie. Yeah.
I don't watch Joe Rogan. I just know it because you talk about it so much.
Joe
Because
Rogan,
he's
please
the
just-
producer all the producers look up to.
Just Joe Rogan, if you like stumble across this out of boredom, just show up
sorry.
one day and
foot.
just have a cup of coffee.
Just don't kick me. I don't want to die.
Oh, that would be funny.
No, it won't.
Not you die. Just, I don't know.
Just Joe Rogan
kicks
busts through a
Jordan.
door and just kicks me.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan busts through door, kicks Jordan out the window he's sitting next to, sits in
down
Jordan's
in the
seat.
chair.
And I'm like, all right, I heard you needed a host.
I thought I had a powerful roundhouse until I watched that video.
I was at martial arts the other week, and we have the old versus standing pads, the ones that you can hit and they kind of bounce back.
Oh yeah.
And well, you guys know
The floppy
when I
pads.
kick them, they just kind of lay down and don't get back up.
Mm-hmm.
So all the lower ranks were like, "Whoa, look at your kicks! They're all powerful." I'm just like, man, you don't know anything.
Yeah.
Well, it's the fact of our old teacher also, like, to get their black belt was just like 3 hours straight kicking with one leg and then 3 hours more with the next.
Yeah.
It wasn't 3 hours. It just felt like 3
it.
hours.
Okay, it was about an hour and a half on
It was-
each leg.
It was about 15 minutes each leg.
That wasn't so bad.
No, we
It-
did
it
one
was a
day
half an
where
hour.
we did one day where it was about
yeah,
an
it was
hour
just-
on each leg.
Yeah, it was just one day because Black Belt Boot Camp. Excuse me.
There's one of those so-called terms.
I couldn't turn to the side. I'm sorry. Black Belt Boot Camp was only an hour, so it was about a half an hour on each leg.
Oof. Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't so bad until he started making us do the mental drills alongside the kicks.
Oh my gosh, my brain hurt.
Just memorizing different kata names and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then they'd say it out of order with just the number, and you'd have to like repeat it and then do the history quote that comes with it. And
The
it's
saying.
like, man, I can hardly kick. Why am
think
I
this-
supposed to speak?
I think this is the first time we've ever mentioned that we're
Yes.
all,
we're
that we were in
all-
black belts.
All in martial arts.
Yeah. Not only that, but we're black belts.
Yes.
And then 2 of us are second-degree black belts.
Yes.
Then you should get your second-degree black belt at some point in your life.
No, I want to go to a different style.
You can still get your second degree by going to other styles. Our sensei's like
Depending on
Depending on what it was. Like, I want to do, I'd like to do jujitsu.
you'd have to find another class that still honor your rank.
I honestly, I wouldn't want them
No,
to.
it wouldn't even be that. But here's the thing. The way our sensei is, like, once we get past black belt, it's more about the mental knowledge of martial
Yeah.
arts. So, like, if he comes back to our class... And
He'd
says,
have to
like,
come back to our class is
Yeah.
the thing.
Well, that's usually what people do once they get, like, high enough black belt. It's like they go back to their original class to
Yeah, I guess.
rank up.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never really been in that pursuit of wanting to collect ranks. I just want to expand my
No, I
knowledge.
get that. And I'm not one that's like all about the rank either. In my head, I think it'd be cool if we're all second Dan black belts.
I'll just be the roving Ronin.
The roving Ronin.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
cool too. I don't know. I have dreams.
I'll be
okay?
that one that you guys speak of to the guild, but no one knows who I am
You
because I went
already are.
out into the wilderness.
Yeah.
You already are.
Yeah, I quote old stories from when me and you were like blue belts.
See, all right.
And nobody knows what I'm talking about.
Here's
and I
what
feel
you do.
old.
If you're there when you're an old man grandmaster, you send them to me for lost knowledge, and then I have like this long, expanded quest for them.
Not only that, but you have to be on a really tall hill,
Yeah,
and you just have to be sitting there.
and it's got to be almost impossible to get to.
Yes. And you have to like deny them at first, so they walk like down the hill, but then they're like determined and they come back up the hill and ask you again, and it just has to be a whole process.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, nowadays you just deny them that it actually just go home.
Oh,
And you're
Yeah.
just like, oh, now I have to get off the hill.
come back! I was joking.
I've been sitting here for 30 years waiting for somebody.
You think I'm really just gonna say no to you?
What do I look like, an anime master or something?
I might someday. I just right now it's kind of like with my job and stuff. It's more I don't want to try to do what I do with a limp.
No, I get that. That's why I don't do martial arts as much as I would like. Also, being a producer for 2 podcasts keep me kind of busy.
Well, also too, the last couple times I went back, it's like I want to learn things from the ground up because I forgot them. Go teach this person. I don't know how to do this anymore.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
get that. If you come back, say if you come back for like a summer session or something, we can just like take other black belts and we can just like do a refresh session too.
Yeah.
Like
I
that's
mean, I could just go to yours or Jordan's house to him, like, show me this thing.
We've talked about doing that.
I actually want to get a bunch of my friends and do that because
And then we'll
Wow.
raise up
I
a
know.
rival guild and take on the other one.
not to brag to the internet or anything, but most of my friends are black belts, so
You know that statement's false now.
I know it is false. I have too many friends now.
Yeah. That might sound weird out of context.
Nah, it's our D&D group. It went from a humble number of 4 to about 14.
Went from a humble number of 3 to 14
Yeah.
in the span of what seems like 2-3 years.
Yeah, it's really exploded these last couple years, which I'm not complaining.
No.
I just
Yeah.
wish I had space to where I could like divvy out like D&D games to, appropriate party sizes, but
Well, I guess we're gonna take a break, and then I guess we're gonna talk about D&D afterwards.
we are.
No, we're not.
I
Not
didn't
D&D.
prep my notes. I don't have my dice.
Well, I mean that was just the subject.
I have my magic cards if that'll work.
I'm gonna hit the magic button. Whoops. Anyways, not that magic. I'm gonna hit this magic button. It's gonna switch to a break, and then we'll be back.
What kind of ad's gonna play? Type of ad?
commercial.
Probably the anchor ad.
No. No
See.
fancy ad.
No.
No like
fancy.
Tide Pod ads or something.
No type ad. Maybe a Raid Shadow Legend someday.
This podcast is not brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
And we're back to NPR.
You've already done that joke before.
I know, it's a good joke though.
That was me.
No, the eye thing.
Oh, I thought you heard the throat thing.
No, Terry did the whole thing where one eye goes across one way and the other eye goes the other way.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. D&D.
What about it?
Cool.
Cool. Good talk.
Good talk.
Yeah.
I just said we had
On to the weather.
I just said we had a lot of.
the weather.
All I said was we have a lot of people in our
We do.
group.
But I don't know. Like, we've talked about on the podcast before that we do D&D stuff.
Yeah.
Well, not D&D stuff. We do our tabletop RPG.
We'll call it D&D
TTRPG.
for now.
No, we won't.
Yes, we will.
No.
That's false advertisement.
It is. I don't know anything about 5th edition.
I do.
I know Overwatch isn't a thing.
What?
Or no, what is it called? The thing where you like if they walk near you, you get a attack of opportunity.
That's still a thing.
Is that still a thing?
Yeah.
Or that was just moved to the fighter.
It's a reaction.
Thought that was just moved to the fighter though.
No.
Oh, that's always been a thing.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they did also remove Overwatch.
Oh,
Is that a thing?
I don't think that was ever named, but it's where I think it was a specific thing where you could wait to do something for like an enemy to come close enough or something.
And then you get an attack of opportunity as soon as they move within a certain distance.
No,
What?
not that. It's like they changed it to now where you just hold your turn until a certain thing happens.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just passing your turn.
Yeah, in the XCOM games, it was actually called Overwatch.
Oh, okay. That's kind of weird because in a tabletop game that would just be considered it's like I'm gonna pass because there's nothing I can do.
Well, what you can do in D&D, at least this is how I've heard it. You can hold your action. Say like, I want to wait until this person like comes around the corner to whack them. So I'm gonna hold my action until that happens within the next turn.
Oh, okay.
So it's not exactly on your turn, but you still do something when that scenario happens.
Okay.
You think we've confused people yet?
Oh, yeah.
We did that when we said hi.
Hi.
See, it worked.
My brain hurts.
All right,
gonna
so you guys said you went and seen the Doctor Strange movie?
Into the multiverse of madness.
How many times is he gonna do that tonight?
I don't know how many times are you going to say Doctor Strange movie.
Into the multiverse of madness.
I don't know. How was the Doctor Strange movie?
Into the multiverse of madness.
I don't know. The Doctor Strange movie was pretty good.
Into the multiverse of madness. Oh, shoot,
I
my
heard-
chair. Help.
Wait.
Apply editing.
I'm just going to be down here for a bit.
Jordan just like fell out of his chair.
I'm going to try to do this quietly.
I don't know if I should cut this or like. It's not as funny with it just being audio.
Okay, I'm back, guys. Oh,
What the heck are you doing?
okay. I think we need to get non-slick chairs.
Yeah, and just stop talking about the Strange Doctor
Movie.
movie. So,
You
anyways,
guys said it backwards. I can't do it.
how was it? Like, I've never actually watched any like the.
Do you like
Doctor-
watching Sam Raimi movies?
If they're Evil Dead, yes.
Then there you go. Watch it.
You would like this movie
You would.
because of Sam Raimi.
Yeah, that's
It-
it.
I like it for the. I like it if.
The directorial, the watching it for how it's directed and how it's kind of produced.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. Like,
Yes.
On that side of it, watching it as like a movie critic fan. Story very lacking. Characters felt very shallow and just like they're just kind of there just to push the story along.
Okay.
I mean, they took like the most powerful Marvel like secret group and have them get killed in like
5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Okay. The thing of, well, we don't know anything about this character, so we're just gonna off them.
Yeah. So
Ish,
it's
yeah.
just
It's a good movie. I'm not saying the movie's bad or anything. It's a lacking
Okay.
and like just.
that seems to be most Marvel movies.
I can't
Yeah.
say exactly what it's kind of just. When you watch it, you just, at least for me, it's like I wish there was a little bit more. It's a good movie. There's nothing wrong with the movie.
It's just generic.
It's just a movie.
Yeah.
Like,
you know how you have that TV show where it's like, oh, it's another police drama.
yeah,
It's what this movie felt like. Oh, it's another Marvel movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but here's the thing: the thing that, at least I think me and Jordan felt entertaining about it was the director style of
Yes.
Sam Raimi. So you had very cool scene cuts and stuff.
The
Like you know his classic like camera transitions and stuff.
the cinematography was on point for the movie. I will say that.
You guys say that, and I don't remember if it's Evil Dead 2 or Evil Dead 1, where it's like camera's on Ash, and then it just like spins around the room, and you're expecting it to go to a person or a monster or something, and then it's just back to Ash.
Yeah.
I want to say there's a scene like that in the movie.
Is there?
There's one where he just does the classic like Batman twirl thing. It doesn't have the sound effect, but it's just the Batman twirl. It blurs and it's just a different actor. It's cool.
Yeah, that's what I really like though about like new movies is when they actually play around with the cinematography.
Yeah.
That's what I believe
watched
makes a movie.
I watched a movie the other day that it's a 2017 movie, I think it is. It's called The Cleaner. And
I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
the transitions and the cutaways and stuff were loosely stylized, but it was in a way that definitely conveyed like the drama
Yeah.
of
that's
it. Like
cool.
it kept it serious, but not so just next scene
Yeah.
feel to it.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, in the Doctor Strange movie, like there's, the classic like type of fights in Army of Darkness, where it's just the weird and wacky fights.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a
Yeah.
couple of good ones like that.
Like the final fight, both the sorcerers, they're just fighting with musical notes.
That wasn't the final fight, but yeah.
Not the final fight, but like basically the big final fight before the climax fight. So any sound that was made was getting turned into like magical
Notes.
music notes and just being yeeted at the other sorcerer, and it was cool. Like
It was great. Like those.
so, it's like very Sam Raimi like that. Like the music was playing, and like there's a harp. So like one of the sorcerers just like struck the harp, and like music notes came out of it, and he just like force pushed it at the.
It kind of feels like Sam Raimi was given a pre-writ script, and he did his best that he could with it.
Oh yeah.
Which is usually how movies go.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Marvel movies are very just they're written by somebody, and the director can't really change it much.
No.
Yeah, there's no creative freedom in it.
Yeah. So it's like Sam Raimi was given Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness, and that's what
I'm
he
not
had
going
to
to do
use.
that again. I fell out of the chair last time.
That's why I finished it for you, bud.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's a good movie. I think he definitely showed, especially for the last couple of Marvel movies, he definitely showed directors on how to make a somewhat entertaining
A
superhero.
visually pleasing movie.
And that's always been, I think, kind of Sam Raimi's thing is he just wants to entertain people.
I will also say this: Bruce Campbell in it was awesome.
Yeah. He just got a cameo, but
Yeah.
it was a good cameo.
A couple cameos.
2.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah. But,
Technically
yeah.
2.
Okay.
But like, it's a PG-13 movie, and the villain legitimately felt disturbing and like dark. Like my little sister came with us, right? And I kept on looking over at her. I'm like, I don't know if she should be watching this movie.
She's fine. She watched The Thing and
That's
laughed
true.
through
That's
it.
true. She laughed at the mouths opening and taking the arms off of the doctor.
I mean, the effects are dated, but at the same time, it was like, that was a pretty disturbing
Yeah,
scene.
and she laughed. Me and Jordan just like, you need therapy.
I'm kind of concerned.
But yeah, so he did a really good job. I think it's a decent movie.
It's a good movie. I feel the same way about that as I do Morbius.
Morbius?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like Morbius?
Nah.
Really?
No.
I thought it was a way better movie.
I feel the same about both. They have the good parts and then the
I
bad
liked
parts.
Morbius as a movie. I didn't like it as a comic movie.
Yes.
I liked it as a vampire movie.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
If it was just a vampire movie, I'd say it's a great movie. Not a great movie. It was a good movie. Even as a Marvel movie, it was a good movie.
You know what's the best movie I've seen so far, though? The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
I know you've been really wanting to watch that movie.
I did. I watched it last weekend with one of my other co-hosts and another podcast. And it was great. It's really good. It was really wholesome. It was a great Nicolas Cage movie.
Okay. Oh, is that the one you're telling me about? Where
Yeah, it has
he's an actor or something?
He is Nicolas Cage
Looking for a job.
looking for a job.
Okay.
And Pedro Pascal, I think that's his name, right?
Yep, Pedro Pascal.
Which played the Mandalorian. He is this supposable olive tree farmer in Spain,
Okay.
and he hires Nicolas Cage to come to his compound in Spain for $1 million to read his script to try to get him to be in his movie.
Okay.
And it turns out the CIA has been tracking Pedro Pascal and thinks that he is a major cartel runner, and tries convincing Nicolas Cage to spy on him and also try to help the CIA get back this woman that was kidnapped by the cartel and they think is being hidden by Pedro Pascal.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a twist at the end, but it goes from a very intricate like drama. It's very meta too, because since it's about movie making, Pedro Pascal and Nicolas Cage become friends in the middle of the movie, and they start brainstorming their own movie.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's this one scene where they go into the town, and it's a couple miles away from the compound. But anyways, they both take LSD, as movie makers do, to try to think of plots.
Yeah.
And they're in the middle.
I've heard of that before.
They're in the middle of the town, and they're thinking out the plots. And they're like, what if we have the two main characters being chased by two men? And Pedro Pascal's like, you mean like those two? Those two have been looking at us all day. and Nicolas Cage is like, yeah, like those two. And then they start freaking out, actually thinking they're being chased by the two guys. And they... So they book it, they run, and they get up to this wall, right? And they first of all, Nicolas Cage tries jumping up on the wall and can't do it. So then Pedro Pascal, mind you, these are both like really rich, like really like well-known people, and like in the actual movie itself. So it's like they're acting like children basically on LSD. And Pedro Pascal gets down. He's like, "Climb on me to get over the ledge, or else we'll never make it." So Nicolas Cage does that, gets up, and then he's like, "Here, take my hand. I'll pull you up." And he tries doing it. He's like, drops Pedro Pascal. He's like, "Man, you're heavy." He's like, "I'm sorry. I can't make it. Tell my family I love them." And there's just like this really heartfelt scene. And then Nicolas Cage rolls over and falls on the other side of the wall. And then Pedro Pascal walks around the wall because it's just this little wall. He's like, "Oh, I didn't know we could go around."
Oh, I want to watch that movie now.
Yeah, it's really great. But yeah, it's got comedic moments like that, but it goes from like a really in-depth drama comedy to at the end an actual action movie, and it's cool. It's fun.
Okay. And it's called The Unbearable Weight of
The
Massive Talent.
Unimaginable Weight.
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Yes, I think that's what it's called. Let me look it
I
up.
have to keep an eye out for it.
The title is so weird that it's kind of hard not to.
Sometimes those are the best movies.
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent is what it's called.
Isn't that what I just said?
I think that's what you said, but I wasn't sure if that was right or not. So I don't know. Anyways, yeah, it's great.
Oh yeah, I forgot. This is probably now not gonna get cut.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can cut out that little noise that you made though.
Why? Oh, which one?
The one that the popping.
That was him.
Oh, that was you?
That was him.
Oh, I was looking at my screen. So.
Normally, if you hear the popping sound, it's Terry.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Popping cat sounds.
See,
But anyways,
I'd probably just go like.
we got anything else to talk about?
No, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Nothing interesting has happened in my life.
Only talked for 15 minutes. We need more time.
No, not really.
Yeah, we do.
You want to talk about something?
I don't know. You've seen a lot of movies. Have you seen, Terry, any good movies recently?
I've seen forklifts, dust, and a pillow.
Well, frick.
Yeah.
Because all I've been doing is working.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
I tried to find a way to fill in more time.
it's
I
fine.
think our Segway ran out of gas.
Segways
okay.
are electric.
Ours is diesel.
That's expensive.
Ours is diesel and coal.
That's why it always blows up whenever we go over the cliff.
I thought that was just a Looney Tunes thing.
No,
And I mean,
Oh, that makes so much
this one's just a casual talk or
Exactly.
episode anyway.
Yeah.
I don't want to torture the poor people with more of our ranting, so.
They could check out anytime they wanted to.
Oh, they did. 2 seconds after they heard we're not doing anything paranormal. Please stop. Thank you.
I just heard a growling noise from outside, but I'm pretty sure it was that hot rod again. But it sounded like,
Oh, we might have a paranormal after all.
quick, let's take this show on the road.
Yeah, well, as we go away from here far, far away.
Fine, I'll leave.
Bye.
I was about to slide out down the chair again, but I didn't want to do that. That kind of hurt last time.
All right, everybody, we're going to cut it here. So we hope you enjoyed our mad ramblings.
Hopefully it was somewhat coherent.
I tried making it coherent. I don't know if I succeeded.
I'm
I'll
pretty
find
su-
out when I edit it.
This would probably be a good episode to put on while you're not paying attention to it.
Yes.
So you just like your brain snaps back to listening. And it's
I mean, not gonna lie, most podcasts I've ever listened to just don't feel coherent to me to begin with.
Yeah.
see, I listen to audio dramas, so they are coherent. But whenever I haven't, they're not.
Yeah, so hope you enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we're going to cut it here. If you want to... Wait. If you're already listening to this, why do you need to know where you're gonna listen to it at?
We're on everything.
That is
Yeah.
the weird thing.
Why do
Other-
people always say that?
I know. Like, it's
But
kind
you know
of
what you
weird.
can do is just... Whatever you're listening to it on, if you can, like, I don't know, review,
Leave a like.
leave a like,
Give us 5 stars and a cookie.
donate $50,000.
Don't do that.
Why not?
Why not?
Because that might look suspicious.
It's a donation.
I'm not going to question it.
Okay. You can donate $50,000 if it's $1 every, I don't know, second. How long would that be?
I think they could just donate.
I think they would
$50,000.
flag that.
Yeah, that
Just
would
donate
get
the
flagged.
50,000.
Yeah.
We'll deal with the consequences later.
I think it just like in the United States, it's like it goes into a 30-day holding, and then after that, it's free and clear after it's been looked into.
$50,000 I think would get froze by the IRS, but as soon as they realize it's just a legit thing, I think then you have to pay taxes on it.
I don't know
Yeah,
if how
it's like a
small.
30-day
It's a gift
process,
tax.
though.
See, I'd be
Stupid.
worried because of how small the podcast is right now, and all of a sudden we just get $50,000. If I was in the IRS, I'd be like, that seems suspicious.
Here's what we do: we get $50,000 and immediately invest it into lessons on how to properly do a podcast.
If we got $50,000, I think that might be enough
To
for us to
build
go
us-
full time for at least a year before we had to worry about work again.
At
I
the
don't know about you, my living standards are not.
at the right
joking.
at the rate of the price of things, maybe a month.
$50,000?
Hey, inflation's real, man.
Inflation's out there, man.
My salary. I'm not even gonna say what my salary is, but
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Just tell your friends about it.
Yeah, word of mouth is actually the biggest way to
It really
increase.
is, and we appreciate it if you share it with your friends and family. And
Yell at your neighbor to listen to it.
Yeah.
If you're on good standings with your neighbor.
yeah,
And also, too, just tell us what you guys like or what you'd like to hear.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear more of our monsters and aliens and legends, or do you want to hear more just random,
Yep.
I guess,
Where-
chit chats?
Where can they do that at?
They can do that at a email address that is called behindyoucast@gmail.com.
Or
Twitter.
yeah, what's the Twitter?
Behind You Pod.
At Behind You Pod. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
I
think
want to make sure that's the right email.
I
feel like
think
I
that
just
would-
said a BS email, and
that would be awesome to just be able to interact with our
It-
listeners a lot.
yeah,
It
that'd
would
be
it
great.
would be really awesome.
I mean, technically,
Any kind of feedback,
yes, I got it right.
even if you just like sent BS,
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
just the letters B and S.
yeah, send us the letters BS if you guys just want to talk or something. Even just drop us a message. We all like to talk.
Most of
After I
us.
said earlier, I don't like to talk, but
I was just gonna say, weren't you just ranting about having to talk to people?
yeah, I'm weird. Okay.
Yeah.
I am.
See, strangers are strangers on the street, but on the internet, they're not.
People are strange when they are strangers.
Copyright flag.
I think now we've sung 3 different songs. I've also accidentally did the intro to Law and Order,
Dun dun.
like
No,
twice.
I don't want to get sued again. Darius, stop.
Bum bum.
No, I'm going to need a special victims unit.
Dun dun.
Dun dun. And we might have got flagged for Doctor Strange into the multiverse of madness.
Eh.
Eh.
That didn't last long enough for me to get a drink. There was dead silence for a second.
No, we said eh.
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 All right. I don't think people want to listen to that.
No.
Nah, I don't think they want to listen to us anymore. So anyways, have a good night. Have a good day. Have a good time until we see you again.
Sorry about the last 5 minutes of weird noises.
Stop it.
We'll see you in the next few rotations of this mad place we call Earth. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, and remember, look behind you because you'll never know when there's a Doctor Strange movie.
Into the multiverse of madness!